afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4. Susan, we made it to Friday.
It's Friday. Feels like an accomplishment.
Yeah, it does, especially these times. But we're following several developing stories right now at 4. First, Dane County announces it will be entering Phase 2 of its reopening plan. What changes that'll mean for local businesses and summertime activities.
A deadly series of crashes early this morning on I-39 in Columbia County. 4 people were killed and more than half a dozen others were hurt. We'll share an update that we just got from the State Patrol.
And happening right now in downtown Madison, protesters have returned for a joint effort to celebrate Pride Month while demanding changes in police procedures. We'll go there live coming up. But first, let's take a look outside. Great day out there. This mallard duck seems to like things. Sunshine, but cooler for the weekend. Chris is in the backyard looking pretty good out there.
Yeah, things are looking pretty good out here, Mark. But one of the things I noticed the moment I stepped outside is that we started to see those clouds going up. Remember that slight storm chance that I mentioned earlier on? Well, it looks like Mother Nature is doing what Mother Nature was expected to do today. Already you see some of those clouds on camera, and then here's visible cloud track really just going through the past couple of hours. You see them moving in. Here are the showers that are associated with that. Right now, we do have some that are popping up right on top of us here in Dane County. So far, they're not over the city of Madison, but the strongest shower, that's over on the east side, moving east of Cottage Grove, and then eventually that's going to start working its way over into Jefferson County. Places like Lake Mills could be getting in on some rain here in just a bit. But here's the past 3 hours. Notice how these really just kind of popped up over southern Wisconsin. We'll watch this boundary that we've had in place really kind of firing off some of those showers and thunderstorms, but you really see it in the temperature. Milwaukee's at 56, then we're at 84 as you work your way down towards Janesville. That boundary I expect to gradually work its way towards the south and west during the overnight hours. That sets the stage for things to be a lot cooler as we head into Saturday. In fact, Saturday will likely stay in the upper 60s rather for those highs. We'll see lots of sunshine, but we'll also talk about what else we can expect in the week ahead in the full forecast.
It's like 2 separate seasons across the state right now.
Yes, it is.
All right, Chris, thank you. Topping the news at 4, Dane County will enter Phase 2 of its reopening plan on Monday, effective at 8 a.m.
To move to Phase 2, more than half of the metrics needed to be green for 2 weeks. And as of today, 6 measures are green, 3 are yellow. This is what Phase 2 will look like. All businesses will be able to allow 50% capacity. Indoor gatherings will now allow 50 people or fewer with physical distancing. Outdoor gatherings of 100 or fewer. Playgrounds and splash pads will open, and child care, youth settings, and schools have updated requirements. We will continue to have coverage tonight on News 3 Now at 5, 6, and 10. Here's a look at the latest coronavirus numbers in the state. Nearly 300 new cases of COVID-19 being reported over the last 24 hours. That means there are now officially more than 22,000 cases in the state. The good news, DHS says 71% of patients have recovered.
Bishop Donald Hines says all Madison Catholic schools are planning to reopen this fall. According to a letter sent today, they are hoping to hold in-person instruction 5 days a week. The Wisconsin National Guard says it has now conducted more than 125,000 coronavirus tests across the state. 25 teams made up of more than 600 soldiers are stationed throughout the state, including at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. At that community testing site, the National Guard says it has collected nearly 16,500 tests. Happening right now, a rally in downtown Madison. It started about an hour ago on State Street, the State Street side of the Capitol. Organizers are calling it Pride for Black Lives. It's a combination between a pride rally and demanding police reform. It is the first large-scale rally in a few days downtown after nearly 2 straight weeks of demonstrations.
The vice president listened to heartfelt personal stories from African-American faith leaders on race and justice disparities today at a Pennsylvania church. Mike Pence held a raw discussion on race and police reform with African-American faith leaders in Pittsburgh. The conversation comes a day after President Trump promised to take action on police reform that will encourage departments nationwide to meet professional standards of force with compassion.
I'm tired that people still do not acknowledge that systemic racism is real.
White lives matter, and we don't deny that. But right now, white lives aren't being oppressed in the same way.
Local officials in some cities have already begun to enact reforms. Congressional Democrats introduced their police reform bill earlier this week, and Senate Republicans are expected to unveil their proposals early next week. In the nation's capital this weekend, protesters are expected back on the streets for more demonstrations against police violence.
A Confederate monument in downtown Norfolk, Virginia has come down amid protests in the wake of George Floyd's death. Its removal was just announced last night. Military or government organizations or museums can now express interest in getting the monument. The bottom part of the monument is set to be removed in early August. It's the latest statue to be removed amid the protests. In Columbus, Wisconsin, there's a statue of Christopher Columbus, and there's a renewed effort to have it removed. A petition is making the rounds online. We'll hear from the women behind this latest push coming up on News 3 Now at 6. Around the world, the impact of George Floyd's death continues to spread. Today, thousands of people around the world are taking part in demonstrations against racism. In Brazil, there are chants of Black Lives Matter and I Can't Breathe. In Britain, New Zealand, and Belgium, controversial statues are being pulled from their posts. In Sydney, Australia, a demonstration was cut short after police intervened. And in London, protests show no signs of slowing down, despite calls from the government to stay home. Prime Minister Boris Johnson is asking for an end to the recent demonstrations, tweeting that the protests have been sadly hijacked by extremists intent on violence.
At least 4 people are dead and multiple people were injured following a series of crashes on the interstate this morning. Our Gabriella Becerra joins us live from the Wisconsin State Patrol headquarters to share what we know about those injuries. Gabby?
Susan, Wisconsin State Patrol is still investigating the cause of these crashes, but what we know about the injuries so far is that a Columbia County highway worker and 2 state troopers suffered severe injuries and were taken to UW Hospital. State Patrol says those 2 troopers were released from the hospital and later they are still unsure, though, how many others still remain. The first crash involved 2 semis near mile marker 119. About an hour later, another semi crashed into a patrol car blocking traffic. As traffic backed up, another multi-vehicle crash involving 3 semis, a dump truck, and 4 passenger cars happened near Highway K that caused multiple fires. Captain Jason Z says there would have been even more fatalities if there wasn't help from bystanders.
I especially want to thank the citizens that assisted at today's crash. Without their quick action, a couple of them actually specifically pulled 2 people from a vehicle that was soon after engulfed in flames.
The interstate was closed for 7 hours as officials gathered evidence and cleared the scene. Due to the severity of these crashes, State Patrol says this investigation can take anywhere from days to weeks as they wait for people to be released from the hospitals. Susan?
Gabriella Becerra reporting live. Gabby, thank you.
The CDC released guidelines today about how to reduce the spread of COVID-19.
They come as at least 19 states have seen an increase in daily cases over the past 2 weeks. Nancy Chin has the latest.
Citing an increase in COVID-19 cases in both rural and urban communities, Oregon's governor announced Friday a 1-week statewide pause on the reopening process.
As I've said a zillion times, the virus makes the timelines. We don't make the timelines.
Arizona has seen its average daily cases nearly triple over the last 2 weeks. But Arizona's governor said Thursday he is not considering another statewide stay-at-home order.
We put the stay-at-home order there so we could prepare for what we are going through right now.
Arizona is one of at least 14 states where current hospitalizations have increased since Memorial Day. In Arkansas, hospitalizations have risen by more than 88% during the same period.
We are still in the pandemic. We are not behind us.
The CDC Friday issued long-awaited tips about reducing the risk of infection for Americans as they resume daily life. Among them, take the stairs, not the elevator when possible. Encourage guests to bring their own food and drinks to a cookout, and no high fives or even elbow bumps at the gym.
The guidelines also repeat earlier advice about wearing face masks if you can't keep 6 feet apart.
We need to behave differently, and wearing a mask is different. It's not in our DNA to focus on others, but we need to.
The CDC says the closer the interaction and the longer it lasts, the higher the risk. Nancy Chin, CBS News, New York.
A new University of Washington model, often cited by the White House, is projecting nearly 170,000 COVID-19 deaths by October 1st.
The sole finalist for the new president at UW has withdrawn his name from the race. Dr. Jim Johnson today said the UW officials have important process issues to work out. Johnson, who is currently the president of the University of Alaska System, that is, was the only finalist to replace the retiring Ray Cross. The move comes just 3 days after Johnson did a virtual campus forum. Johnson released a statement saying, "After deep reflection as to where I am called to lead a university system through these challenging times, it is clear to me and my family that it is in Alaska." UW officials say they are disappointed, calling it a dark day for the UW system.
Right now, the Red Cross is hosting a blood drive in southwest Wisconsin in honor of Levi Linscheid, who was killed in a car crash in October. Levi is the brother of News 3 Now morning anchor Leah Linscheid. It's happening at St. Anthony Philip Parish in Highland. If you want to donate, you have a little bit of just about an hour left to do that. The blood drive continues until 5 o'clock tonight. The summer travel season is upon us, but is anybody going to travel?
We'll find out what the vacation outlook looks like for the rest of the year from a local travel agent. That's when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Welcome to the all-new Dwellings.
I didn't choose this exact type of metastatic breast cancer, but I did pick clarity by knowing I have a treatment that goes right at it.
Discover Piqray, a treatment that specifically targets PIK3CA mutations in HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC. Piqray is taken with fulvestrant after progression on hormone therapy and helps people live longer without disease progression. Do not take Piqray if you've had severe allergic reactions to it or any of its ingredients. Piqray can cause serious side effects, including severe allergic and skin reactions, high blood sugar levels and diarrhea that are common and can be severe, and pneumonitis. Tell your doctor right away if you have symptoms of severe allergic reactions or high blood sugar while taking Piqray. Your doctor will monitor your blood sugar before and during treatment, and more often if you have type 2 diabetes. Before starting, tell your doctor if you have a history of diabetes, skin reactions, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Common side effects include rash, nausea, tiredness, weakness, decreased appetite, mouth sores, vomiting, weight loss, hair loss, and changes in some blood tests. Ask your doctor about Piqray.
Save, we always do our very best to make sure we've got you covered. Restocking our shelves with help from one of the country's biggest supply chains. And we'll continue to bring our A game to get you what you need when you need it most. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
When America needed us to build, we built. Masks, ventilators, shields. When frontliners needed support, Ford dealers answered. And now we're open and ready to serve you. With special offers like 0% financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. Stop by a Ford dealership or go online. We've made it safer to shop, easier to buy. Now get 0% financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. Contact your Ford dealer or stop by today.
Hi, I'm Tim O'Brien, owner of the Healthy Place Apple Wellness, and boy, has this been a rough season. We are here for you. We're open. Our wellness consultants are trained in the top immune, lung, and inflammation supplements that are important right now. We have live chat on our website and same-day delivery for our Dane County residents, so you do not need to leave the house. We support you. Stop by one of our 4 Madison-based locations or check us out online at findyourhealthyplace.com.
Dwellings, Madison's best kept $150 secret. Now open in Fitchburg.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
I'm Nora O'Donnell, and I just want to say congratulations to the class of 2020. While this school year probably didn't end quite as you were expecting, we still wanted to take a minute to salute you on your many tremendous achievements as you move on to the next chapter. We know it's taken a lot of hard work to get to this point. And so from all of us at the CBS Evening News, congratulations, class of 2020. Good luck and all the best.
And speaking of graduation, tonight is the big night. News 3 Now will be recognizing seniors who are graduating from the public high schools in Madison.
Today and tomorrow, 5 Madison schools will have commencement broadcast on News 3 Now and streaming online live at channel3000.com. They'll feature photos of graduating seniors, plus messages from principals, students, and keynote speakers. You can find a schedule for when your student's school ceremony will be on channel3000.com. We'll also air a special on other school districts' celebrations at 6:30 tonight.
We'll also be honoring the many people that are retiring this year who didn't get to say goodbye to their students. It was a choppy trading day on Wall Street today. Stocks ended the day higher. The Dow Industrials added 477 points to close the week at 25,605. The Nasdaq was up 96, and the S&P 500 gained 39. Well, as coronavirus restrictions begin to ease, many of us are thinking about when can we travel again?
Is it safe, and how do you assess the risks of traveling during a pandemic? Well, let's find out. Ed Manny is the president of Burkholder Travel here in Madison. Welcome back to Live Before, Ed. Good to see you.
Hi, Ed. Good to see you.
Good to be seen. Thanks for the opportunity.
So what about traveling domestically? Can you plan a vacation now?
Yes, you can. The flight schedules right now in June are operating at about 10 to 15% of normal. But in July, most airlines have already published that their flight schedules will be between 30 and 40% of what they were last year at the same time.
And what oh, I'm sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Just like local businesses.
Okay, what do fares look like now? I was looking at them recently, and I was surprised that they weren't as low as I expected. Is that just because it's summertime?
Partly because it's summer, but it's mainly due to the market-by-market basis. There are some flights that have never been as cheap as they are today. I've never seen them that low. And other destinations, they're not as low as I would have expected them. But it's really on a destination-by-destination basis.
A lot of people are hopping in the car and taking a road trip. Is there a problem with that?
No, not as far as I can see.
Hotels are open?
It depends on the state. Like California, I think the hotels just opened in Southern California this week. But I was on the road the last 2 weeks and stayed in hotels in like Wyoming and Utah and Colorado, and they were open.
What about international travel?
International travel, there are certain destinations that are open right now, like Jamaica has opened up this week. Cancun has opened up. The Caribbean is opening up on a rolling island-by-island basis beginning next week and continuing through mid-July.
What about Europe?
Europe right now is still closed to U.S. citizens except for Portugal. You can go to Portugal. Ireland, I believe, is also open, but those are, I believe, the only 2 countries.
Well, how about the cruise industry? They took a big hit with this.
Yeah, they did. They did. But it's amazing. People are booking cruises. In fact, over the last 3 weeks, the number one thing we've sold are Alaska cruises for next year.
Next year?
For next year, which usually this early, nobody's booking Alaska for next year. But now people are, because they couldn't go this year, they're jumping into the market for next year. So I would suspect that normally the Alaska cruises are fairly sold out by February. I'll bet this year it's going to be in September, October, that many of them will be sold out for next fall.
Wow.
But no cruises are going now, right?
No, the cruises, all the major cruise lines are shut down until August 1st for the majority of them, okay? But it depends on where they're going, because if they're stopping at international ports, they have to, that country has to be open for U.S. visitors and international visitors.
So people have to assess the risk and go from there, I guess.
You have to go, like you said, destination by destination, right, Ed? I guess that's the best way to do it.
And the cruise lines everybody's relaxed their policies. So if you book something and it doesn't work out for you because of some restrictions that come into play, most of the cruise lines and tour operators are saying, it's all right, you can rebook the same cruise at a later date and there's no change fee or penalty or anything like that.
All right. Slowly but surely we'll get back to some sort of normal.
Yeah, we're all looking forward to that.
Ed, thanks for being with us today.
Great to see you, Ed. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. You too. Okay.
There's more to come at 4. Everybody is encouraged, or in some cases mandated, to wear a face mask.
But for people who need to read lips in order to hear, the masks are a big hindrance. So we'll look at one solution to the problem coming up after Chris's weekend forecast.
We are the Thrivers. Women with metastatic breast cancer, standing in the struggle, hustling through the hurt, asking for science, not sorries. Our time for more time has come. Living longer is possible and proven in women taking Kisqali plus fulvestrant or a non-steroidal aromatase inhibitor. Kisqali is the only treatment in its class with proven overall survival results in 2 clinical trials, helping women live longer with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali was also significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus a non-steroidal aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious liver problems and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Kisqali is not approved for use with tamoxifen. It's our time to continue to shine because we are the Thrivers. Ask your doctor about Kisqali, the only treatment in its class proven to help women live longer in 2 clinical trials.
At Machinery Row Bicycles, you'll find Wisconsin's largest selection of road and triathlon bicycles from Moots, Giant, Felt, Waterford, and Trek. Trek has a great lineup of sport touring bicycles that are great for day tours and charity rides. The place to shop for the world's most beautiful bicycles is Machinery Row Bicycles, the most beautiful bicycle store in the world. Free adjustments and service are included in your Machinery Row bicycle. So many fun things to look at and bicycles to test ride on the bicycle path by the lake at Machinery Row Bicycles.
When America needed us to build, we built. Masks, ventilators, shields. When frontliners needed support, Ford dealers answered. And now we're open and ready to serve you with exciting special offers and deals across the Ford lineup. Stop by a Ford dealership or go online. We've made it safer to shop, easier to buy. Now get 0% financing for 84 months on a 2019 built Ford Tough F-150, only at your local Ford dealer.
Take a look at this. We're not sure we're endorsing this, but check out Gregory speeding past the camera and flying down his street in New York. One day while skating around the neighborhood, he spots their blower and hatches a plan. Picks it up, turns it on, and the rest is history. Gregory sometimes holds it to the side or between his legs, and he even uses it to go around in circles and backwards. What could go wrong?
Oh, this is such a boy.
There's not a leaf on the street.
No.
It's working perfectly. That is a boy.
Future NHL player right there.
I could see Chris Reese doing that.
Yeah, I have a youth group kid who would probably do that. That's what I was thinking of him watching that. Don't let him see it. He'd try it. Yeah. All right. We do have a couple of showers out there that I'm tracking right now. I'll let you know who's about to be impacted by that in just a moment. But then it's smooth sailing into the weekend. The full forecast is next.
Now, a WISC TV editorial with editorial director Neil Heinen.
Dear graduates, congratulations. The WISC editorial board is proud to join News 3 Now, Channel 3000, and Madison Magazine in partnering with the Madison School District to celebrate and recognize your accomplishments. You are members of a group of young people from our area, our state, our nation, and our world, forever linked as the class of 2020. You are an inspiration in ways none of us ever imagined. The world into which you are graduating, the world you will shape, is in need of your ideas, your energy, your determination, and most of all, your heart. You are uniquely suited to this task, having already demonstrated the resilience and the strength to achieve so much in unprecedented times. Enjoy your success. Be proud. You are the class of 2020. You were born to make history, and you have.
The 17th Annual Madison Area Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns, featuring newly constructed homes in 5 of Dane County's most sought-after neighborhoods. The newest trends, tech, and designs. Visit MadisonParadeOfHomes.com for more information.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I?
Wow, is that really me?
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Celebrate this 4th of July knowing you look your best with Plexiderm. Lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video that the viewers can watch while you and I talk. And you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes in as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. And I did this to my father. We were at home, and we were screaming. 4 minutes, 34 seconds, completely gone.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. These lines bother me. They really do. And this is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It feels great. Looks even better.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. How it makes you feel inside is amazing. Plexiderm, seriously, it fixes all that. It makes you feel as good outside as you do inside. Honest to God, it's amazing. There's nothing there. Like, the bags are gone.
And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. So it targets all those problem areas.
So this would be a daily thing, or just when you want to like get rid of the bags? And
Yeah, it absolutely could be a daily thing. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This 4th of July is the best time to get Plexiderm for $14.95. See it work for yourself after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
The 17th Annual Madison Area Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns, featuring newly constructed homes in 5 of Dane County's most sought-after neighborhoods. The newest trends, tech, and designs. Visit MadisonParadeOfHomes.com for more information.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Trust us to get it right.
To keep you prepared.
When severe weather is on the way.
And your family's safety is on the line.
Our team and technology are ready to help you stay safe.
Trust the First Warn Weather Team on News 3 Now.
Well, we're starting to see some of those showers popping up right now. At the moment, they're not over the lake, but you can see the contrast where the sun is starting to hit the water, and then we have the dark sky just ahead of that. 74 is our temperature right now. Winds are out of the east at 18 miles per hour. That easterly wind is a rush of cooler air starting to come in off of Lake Michigan. So check this out. We're at 56 right along that lake shore, 86 as you work your way over towards Boscobel. We're talking a 30-degree temperature difference there. And still, here are the showers that are starting to pop up. Right now, the heaviest is in Dane County. It's just south of Madison. Now, this moved in on the west side. Now that's pushing towards the south and east. So a lot of this is south of the belt line. It's just moved through Fitchburg. So if you live just towards the east of Highway 15 around Lacey Road, the heaviest of the rain is now moving onto you if you're east of that. And then this is going to start to work its way right into places like McFarland and Stoughton as we go through the next couple of moments here. But here's been the past couple of hours where we've seen these showers really pop up. It's southern Wisconsin that is seeing that activity. But beyond that, I am expecting smooth sailing as we move into the weekend. What's sparking off these showers is this cold front right here. That's going to push towards the south and west a little bit more as we head into the overnight hours. So I wouldn't be surprised to see more showers, but further towards the south and west, and that should stay south and west of Madison. That's not just tonight, but that's into the earlier parts of your Saturday there. Notice towards the north of that, we have more sunshine. Sunshine is what I expect to be the main story as we go through the rest of your Saturday and into Sunday. With that being said, let's go ahead and time it out for you. This is tonight at 11:30. Winds have now moved in out of the east. Notice how those temperatures begin to drop. 50s are showing up for Madison. 60s show up as you work your way closer towards the Mississippi River there. Now we're at 6 o'clock in the morning. Madison has dropped into the 40s at this point. We'll be a little bit warmer in the south and west. The reason for that is we'll see a little bit more in the way of some cloud cover there, along with that chance for some showers further towards the south and west as well. But then this is tomorrow afternoon. Winds are staying off the lake. That means we're staying cooler. Look for those highs right into the upper 60s tomorrow, and then we'll be in the 40s again as we head into tomorrow night. But ultimately, things are going to be comfortable. So if you want to get out and hit the lake, while yes, it'll be a little bit chillier, things should be good. Water temperatures are in the low 70s, and pretty much all lake beaches are open, but we do have one lake beach that's closed on Lake Monona due to E. coli, but everywhere else, things are still fine. Tomorrow, 68 with sunshine. Sunday, it's going to be 73 with sunshine. And then once we get into Sunday, we start to move into this warmer than normal pattern that's expected for a good portion of the country. In fact, watch this. Temperatures by Wednesday could be as warm as 89 degrees, and that comes with the humidity too. So with that being said, it's a summer-like pattern, but we'll be a bit drier, at least early on next week. We don't see those thunderstorm chances returning until Thursday. We'll see additional thunderstorm chances coming our direction Sunday and Monday of next week as well. But enjoy the cooler weather if you're not a big fan of heat and humidity. If you are a big fan of heat and humidity, you just need to wait a couple of days.
Something for everyone.
Yes, it is.
I'll take this weekend.
Oh, it looks beautiful, yeah.
All right, Chris, thank you.
Well, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention continues to recommend that people wear masks while out in public.
But those masks can make communications challenging for people with hearing impairments. Now, a duo in Oshkosh is working to alleviate that problem. Dakota Shurik reports.
Albin Limited is known for dressmaking, but it's now venturing into another type of product.
Masks like the one I have do a great job of protecting other people by preventing me from spreading any germs. But the masks they're making here in Oshkosh have a unique feature.
You just slip in the vinyl.
Owner Dave Albin is creating masks with clear windows, so a person's mouth is visible.
What a lot of people don't realize is how much they use visual cues to understand speech.
Katie Armiteski is a doctor of audiology and treats hard of hearing patients regularly. She first asked Albin to make the window masks for herself and her co-workers. Immediately, communicating became easier.
So once I realized the improvement between my patient and I, the interaction was, I started thinking of all the other people out there that could utilize this as well.
So Armiteski asked if he'd be willing to make more for nursing homes, emergency care personnel, and other frontline workers.
Those that have challenges with hearing, if this tiny mask that we make improves their quality of life for communicating, it's a win.
For Albin, it's a way to help his community and to honor his mother's memory, using her fabric collection for the project.
It's very gratifying. I know my mom would be very pleased with this.
So far, the masks have been given to Oshkosh police and grocery store workers.
It's been wonderful. Everybody's been asking if they can get more.
The pair created a GoFundMe campaign and hopes to make about 150 more masks.
That was Dakota Shurik reporting. And still to come at 4, we're going to go to the office. Well, going to the office become a thing of the past.
We'll hear from some businesses that are planning to continue working from home even after the pandemic. And then coming up tonight at 5, tonight is the State Democratic Convention being held 100% virtually. Political reporter Amy Reed will have a preview coming up at 5.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling. Let me introduce me. Here I come. Yeah.
Cuts, colors, braids, and fades. We stand for style. Cost Cutter Salons.
#1 in color in Wisconsin.
When you have depression, it can plunge you into deep, dark lows and can leave you feeling extremely sad and disinterested. Overwhelmed by bipolar depression? Ask about Vraylar. Not all types of depression should be treated the same. Vraylar effectively helps relieve all symptoms of bipolar depression with just one pill once a day. Elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis have an increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction, or uncontrollable muscle movements, which may be permanent. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. Metabolic changes may occur. Nausea, restlessness, and movement dysfunction are common side effects. When bipolar depression overwhelms, ask how Vraylar can help.
Lately, we've found new ways to support and care for each other. And while every gesture counts, so too does every dollar. That's why American Family Insurance is returning $425 million to our customers. This includes a 10% savings for all current and new auto customers for the rest of the year. We hope this does your world some good and reminds you that supporting your dreams means the world to us. Contact your agent or go to amfam.com to learn about more ways to save.
Only Steinhoffel sells more Tempur-Pedic than anyone else. And right now, get $300 in Steinhoffel's cash with any Tempur-Pedic. We are Wisconsin's #1 Tempur-Pedic retailer.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Traffic delays? Be the first to know with First Warn Weather and Traffic.
Tonight at 5, the Wisconsin State Democratic Convention is being held online tonight. What challenges the party will have to overcome? That's tonight at 5.
A dry but cool weekend is ahead with high temperatures in the upper 60s on Saturday and in the lower 70s on Sunday. But by Wednesday, temperatures could approach 90 by forecast at 5.
And ahead at 6, public health officials announced Dane County will move into phase 2 of the reopening plan. We'll take a look at what changes that will include.
Is that a beautiful shot? Sunshine on the lake, but darker clouds.
Yeah, that's a contrast.
Off in the distance. Yeah, beautiful on a Friday afternoon, and a nice weekend is on the way. Yesterday, the Transportation Security Administration said more than 500,000 passengers went through for the first time since the coronavirus pandemic hit. That is well below normal levels, less than 19% of the 2.7 million screenings performed on the same Thursday last year. In mid-April, passenger rates bottomed out at about 3% of last year's traffic, less than 100,000 daily travelers. Well, after months of working from home, many Americans are waiting for that phone call to return to the office.
But for companies seeing the benefits of a remote workforce, there's no great hurry. Michael George reports that could mean a permanent shift in the way we work.
As Executive Director of Catholic Guardian Services, Craig Longley manages a staff of more than 700 workers. But these days, he's all alone.
Here I am, alone in all this office space.
The nonprofit serves New York's at-risk communities. But with the majority of his staff now working remotely, Longley decided to give up most of his office space and make the change permanent.
The feedback so far has been very, very positive. They will miss that regular day-to-day contact, but we can find ways of creating that.
Sharon Torres works in the Human Resources Department. She hopes the shift will help people focus on what's important.
Our kids, our pets, our parents, our friends having activities that we had to skip before because the commute from the city home.
In a poll of human resource executives, 77% expect the number of employees working primarily from home will increase after the pandemic subsides. Twitter and Facebook have both said they're on board.
It's quite possible that over the next 5 to 10 years, about 50% of our people could be working remotely.
Here in New York, some of the city's biggest commercial tenants, including banks, research firms, and real estate companies, are considering a smaller, less expensive footprint. That change will affect the microeconomies that cater to office workers, like transportation systems, restaurants, and dry cleaners. And for some workers, it will prolong the sense of isolation.
We're telling our managers, don't forget the human side of your direct report. Ask them about how their day is going.
Longley knows he's on the leading edge of change, a shift that may permanently transform the way Americans balance home life and work. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Catholic Guardian Services expects to save as much as $500,000 a year on rent and plans to use part of that savings for salaries, benefits, and retirement plans.
The new normal, as we always say. Well, stay with us. When we come back, we'll go behind the screens with Michael Bruno. That's when Life at 4 continues.
Our celebration of June Dairy Month continues here in Watertown. We're at Rosie Lane Holsteins. Now, Lloyd, tell us a little bit about this beautiful farm.
Well, Rosie Lane Holsteins is a dairy operation 1 mile south of Watertown. Consists of 1,000 cows. We crop about 2,000 acres. We have 20 people working with us here, 20 families that work on the dairy here. And so we're trying to produce the healthiest, most nutritious product possible in a very environmentally sustainable manner.
Tim, how are you making sure here on the farm that the land, the water, and the animals are all being protected?
All those are very important to us here at Rosie Lane. If the cow is what makes us tick, so we do quarterly animal training. Anyone that has to work with animals or even get near animals has to go through training so that the employees are all aware of what's good for a cow and what's not. On the environmental side, we strictly follow a nutrient management plan, which is kind of a description of how many nutrients the fields need depending on what crop you're growing. So we strive to strictly follow what those recommendations are.
Now this month especially, we celebrate not only you, but all of the dairy farmers across the state. What is something that the local community can do to support you during this month and in months after that?
Well, drink more milk and enjoy it. We really strive to produce the cheapest, healthiest food that we can possibly do, and while taking care of the environment.
Hi there. Well, look I've made 2 new girlfriends. From Rosie Lane Holsteins in Watertown, I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison. Can you give me a moo?
I wanted my hepatitis C gone.
I put off treating mine.
Epclusa treats all main types of chronic hep C. Whatever your type, Epclusa could be your kind of cure.
I just found out about mine.
I knew for years. Epclusa has a 98% overall cure rate.
I had no symptoms of hepatitis C.
Mine caused liver damage.
Epclusa is only 1 pill, once a day, taken with or without food for 12 weeks. Before starting Epclusa, your doctor will test if you have had hepatitis B, which may flare up and could cause serious liver problems during and after treatment. Tell your doctor if you have had hepatitis B, other liver or kidney problems, HIV or other medical conditions, and all medicines you take, including herbal supplements. Taking amiodarone with Epclusa may cause a serious slowing of your heart rate. Common side effects include headache and tiredness. Ask your doctor today if Epclusa is your kind of cure.
Let's go ahead and show you guys the traffic this Friday afternoon. This is the Beltline at John Nolan right now. Already things are starting to dry up after the road was damp there from a quick passing shower. No major issues show up traffic-wise. In fact, most speeds on the Beltline are right around that 55 to 60 mile per hour range, which is well in check with the speed limit. We are seeing at least a couple of slowdowns right on Fish Hatchery as you begin to approach the Beltline. Still, nothing major. One area of delay is right around Capitol Square. This is where they are having a demonstration right now, so keep that in mind if maybe you're headed that direction. Otherwise, all routes cruising along with no major issues, and most routes are cruising along at posted speeds with no crashes or delays, guys.
All right, Chris, thank you. Well, a sign of progress in Europe, which is still recovering from the pandemic. The iconic Jet d'eau in Geneva, Switzerland, there it is, was turned back on after being shut down for 88 days due to COVID-19 concerns. The landmark fountain shoots a jet of water 460 feet in the air continuously and has long been a symbol of the city's strength and resilience. That brings back memories for me. I lived in Geneva when I was in middle school for a couple of years.
And this is a big deal.
Oh yeah, and it's a continuous, so it's not like Old Faithful. It's constantly up.
Impressive.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's really
glad
pretty.
it's back.
And it's back. That's a hopeful sign.
Yep.
Well, artists and other cultural organizations have been hit hard during the pandemic. It's been a nightmare for many artists, but yet they create.
We go behind the screens with Michael Bruno as he chats with the Cultural Affairs Director of Dane Arts, Mark Ferrer, to find out what efforts are being made to support local arts.
So the website is danearts.com, but I have several websites now because Dane Arts is doing an incredible amount of work, especially since the COVID pandemic has hit, and so many individual working artists were put out of work. I was able to raise about $22,000, $500 to support 90 artists with $250 each just to offset the issues with COVID. Musicians, actors, dancers, all across disciplines. And then I proposed to the county an initiative that maybe they would help raise more money. And a couple weeks ago, Dane County and the county executive and the board of supervisors approved a $100,000 project grant to Dane Arts to support those individual working artists who are impacted by COVID, meaning most artists who have lost income, substantial income due to COVID, are now able to request $500 in support. So that's on the homepage of danearts.com. I've had over 194 artists supported now. I've got about enough funds left for another 40, 45 artists. So the next deadline is Friday, June 12th. And I encourage any individual working artist, technician, designer who has lost funds to COVID, out of work, to contact Dane Arts, and we'll do whatever we can to support them. But it's a limited pool of dollars, but we're doing all we can. The program is called Dane Arts Need Grant. And the whole idea is really to fund all these individual working artists who do so much for us, to support them. A lot of them are buying software so they can stream. Some of them upgrading their products. Some are buying equipment, art supplies. And it's not a lot of money. You and I both know $500, it's great and it's a wonderful gift. And I'm really appreciative of the county executive and the county board of supervisors and the Dane Arts Commission to support this. But it's just a small stipend related to all the thousands of dollars that artists are losing right now. So that's really kept me really busy. I've also created a new website for individual working artists called DAPPER, the Dane Arts Professional Artist Registry. And you can go to daneartsregistry.com to upload material to give you greater access to more opportunities to sell your work, meet new customers, build your network. Again, this is a site that's for individual working artists across disciplines to let Dane Arts help you do one thing that is most difficult for most individual artists, as you know, Michael, and that is management and administration of their work. So it's two things, management and administration. So I'm hoping that Dane Arts can help facilitate that process through the Dane Arts Professional Artists Registry.
And Michael joins us now. The deadline, as he said, is today for this new money.
Yeah. The one deadline is today for the Dane grants is today, Friday the 12th. So hopefully that they'll get the deadline is I believe it's 5 o'clock. So maybe you've got a couple more minutes to get that application in.
But you don't really think about it. But there's no dancing. There's no bands. No nothing.
That's true. That's very, very true. So any dollar you can get, it's really wonderful that Dane Arts does have the money and can support people that have no income coming in at all at these times.
And so this is just anyone who supports the arts can donate to this?
I believe that it's funded by the Dane County board.
Okay,
so that's where the money is allotted from.
It's a government.
It's a government thing. It's not something that the public can participate in.
I don't think so. But I think anybody can apply for the grant, but I think the money is funded by Dane County.
All right. Very important work these times. All right. 3, 2, 1. It's Friday! Chris Reese is here as well. You guys have a great weekend.
You too.
Hi, Jim. All right, we'll have a final check of your forecast from Chris right after this.
Have a good one, guys. Good to see you.
You too.
The 17th Annual Madison Area Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns, featuring newly constructed homes in 5 of Dane County's most sought-after neighborhoods. The newest trends, tech, and designs. Visit MadisonParadeOfHomes.com for more information.
Rogan's Shoes retail stores are now open. When you visit Rogan's, we'll be practicing good social distancing for the protection of all customers and employees. If you would like to limit contact and have curbside pickup, just call your local store to set it up. If you prefer to shop online, Rogan's Shoes would like to remind you our website is open and we are still offering free shipping. Rogan's wants to help by providing you the best solution possible for your family. Selection, service, and savings. That's Rogan's.
Selection, service, name brands, and the second pair is half price. Visit online at roganshoes.com.
I'm not used to taking care of things on my own. My wife, my sweetheart, took care of me for 46 years, and I've loved every moment. When the doctor gave her 6 months, all she wanted was to spend it at home with me. Now it's my turn to take care of her. I know a Grace will help me care for the one I've loved my whole life.
A Grace, hospice and palliative care. Just call. A Grace will help.
Your bank can be virtually any place you are. You can deposit checks from here, and you can see your transactions and check your balance from here, and pay bills from here. Because your bank isn't just one place. It's virtually any place you are. Just download and use the Chase mobile app. Visit chase.com/mobile.
The 17th Annual Madison Area Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns, featuring newly constructed homes in 5 of Dane County's most sought-after neighborhoods. The newest trends, tech, and designs. Visit MadisonParadeOfHomes.com for more information.
Local artists are putting their finishing touches on murals this weekend, which now span all 6 blocks of State Street. Saturday morning, we're talking to one artist who hopes her piece inspires real change and a positive change in your weekend forecast.
Congratulations, class of 2020, as you enter the next chapter of your exciting lives, poised to do great things. Know that News 3 Now will be there to share your amazing stories.
All right, folks, another check of the radar right now. We do have a shower just moving southeast of Stoughton. This is starting to move into northern Rock County now. So Edgerton, places like Milton, you are getting ready to get in on that shower. And then we have another one that's popped up towards the west of Madison. Again, this is in Cross Plains, moving towards Middleton and Verona here in the next couple of minutes.
All right, Chris, thank you. On the next Live Before, film critic Will Loper will have the rundown of new offerings online,
including Spike Lee's latest, Da 5 Bloods, which is now streaming on Netflix. We'll have Will's review Monday on Live at 4.
Take a break from cooking at home and order takeout from your local Monk's Bar and Grill. Monk's is offering curbside pickup takeout service for your safety and convenience during these difficult times. Visit monksbarandgrill.com for takeout menus and online ordering.
Hi, I'm Brian from McGann Furniture in Baraboo. At McGann's, our #1 priority is treating our customers right. We want your shopping experience to be fun and informative so you have all the information you need to make smart choices. We're shoppers too, and we believe in treating our guests like family. We always have and always will. Discover the difference at McGann Furniture in downtown Baraboo. You'll be so glad you did.
Once weekly Ozempic is helping many people with type 2 diabetes like James lower their blood sugar. A majority of adults who took Ozempic reached an A1C under 7 and maintained it.
Here's your A1C.
Oh,
My A1C is under 7.
And you may lose weight. Adults who took Ozempic lost on average up to 12 pounds.
I lost almost 12 pounds.
Oh.
For those also with known heart disease, Ozempic lowers the risk of major cardiovascular events such as heart attack, stroke, or death.
It lowers the risk. Oh.
Ozempic is not for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Do not share needles or pens. Don't reuse needles. Do not take Ozempic if you have a personal or family history of medullary thyroid cancer, multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if you are allergic to Ozempic. Stop taking Ozempic and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, itching, rash, or trouble breathing. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Tell your doctor if you have diabetic retinopathy or vision changes. Taking Ozempic with a sulfonylurea or insulin may increase low blood sugar risk. Common side effects are nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, and constipation. Some side effects can lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems.
Once weekly Ozempic is helping me reach my blood sugar goal.
Ask your healthcare provider today about once weekly Ozempic. We remain committed to keeping Ozempic available and affordable during these challenging times. With the Ozempic Savings Card, you may be eligible to pay as little as $25 for a 1-month or 3-month prescription.
Take a break from cooking at home and order takeout from your local Monk's Bar and Grill. Monk's is offering curbside pickup takeout service for your safety and convenience during these difficult times. Visit monksbarandgrill.com for takeout menus and online ordering.
As we wrap up another work week here on Live at 4, it's time to check in with Lola and Louie.
Our canine correspondents have the best animal stories of the week in the News Hounds Now update.
It's News Hounds Now Update with Lola and Louie.
This week on the News Hounds, 1 smart dog,
2 pygmy marmosets,
and 3 pushy otters.
But first, some spectacular footage of a snow leopard living in the mountains of Kyrgyzstan, inspecting a camera trap, jaws and all. The camera belongs to the United Nations Environment Program, which says a new monitoring program has found 15 snow leopards in the mountains of this region. Snow leopards are classified as vulnerable by the International Union for Conservation of Nature. So sightings like this are quite a treat.
Vienna Zoo's latest attraction has made its public debut, a new pygmy marmoset, one of the world's smallest primate species. The baby marmoset was born in April and is just 5 centimeters tall and weighs only 15 grams. Marmoset's natural homeland is the Amazon rainforest, where their survival is at risk due to deforestation. They subsist largely on a diet of tree gum, which they lick from the bark, but they also eat insects and fruit as well.
Man's best friend is also his best employee. This pup serves as an assistant store clerk at Chuck's All-Season Sports Shop in Tomahawk. The 10-year-old black lab is named 2. She delivers bait to customers and helps with the exchange of money, too, except for credit cards. That doesn't go so well because it resembles a bone.
And finally, move out of the way. These otters had some trouble sharing space on a log at the Milwaukee County Zoo. The 3 female river otters, Emerald, Clover, and Shamrock, live in the zoo's newly constructed outdoor exhibit, Otter Passage, greeting guests entering the zoo, which reopens tomorrow.